Hey guys, so today we are talking all about the fact that your money blocks and your success blocks have layers to them. And in fact, the thing that you think is your biggest money block or success block probably isn't it. Probably isn't the big problem. There are deeper layers to it. Money blocks and success blocks are like onions. They have layers upon layers upon layers. This is part of the reason a lot of people will work on their money blocks and their success blocks and not find a lot of success in releasing them because they don't look at it as this onion that has layers. Instead, they think they're removing, that papery little filling and they're like, oh, the onion's gone. No, that's not how it works. There's usually layers upon layers beneath the surface. The top layer, the money block or the success block that maybe you feel that you have, is usually just the surface. Here is another example. Like when you go out into your garden, and it's summertime and you got all the weeds growing in your garden amongst your corn and amongst your tomatoes and all that stuff, and you chop your weeds off, at the soil level or at the head of the weed, guess what happens? That bugger grows back, right? That bugger grows back again and again and again, just like your money blocks, just like your success blocks. The reason this happens is because of those roots that go beneath the surface. Just like the weed, there are roots that are continuing to feed the head of the weed, and it keeps on growing, just like your money block. Success blocks will keep on sprouting back up, even though you feel like you're doing the work to release them and get rid of them. This is why a lot of folks end up feeling really stuck and really frustrated with, why have I been working on this? And it's just not working. I'm just not understanding why I'm not able to release these barriers to making more money, to making it feel easy, to making success and money and wealth and all of this stuff feel safe and juicy and delicious and awesome. Well, it's because of these subconscious roots. It's because of these layers of money blocks beneath the surface. So this is the nature of the subconscious mind. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a primer here in case you're new to the world of the subconscious. The subconscious mind is the part of your brain that operates outside of your awareness. You don't even know what's going on. It's like going upstairs. You don't go like, lift my right foot, put it forward, put my weight on that foot. No, you would go crazy if you had to think your way through all of that stuff. The subconscious mind takes care of that, which is great. But the subconscious mind also takes care of keeping you safe, of keeping you safe from danger, of keeping you safe from anything that's threatening. And so we'll have these beliefs in our subconscious that are meant to protect us, but they end up throwing the handbrake on in our finances and in our wealth building and in our success. They end up stymieing us and keeping us stuck, keeping us frustrated, keeping us twirling in a state of uncertainty because our subconscious mind thinks it's trying to protect us from something. Now, bear with me if you feel like that's like, what are you talking about? What I mean is, let's say that you want a big business and you want to make, $500,000 a year in your business, and you're just really excited about that. But part of you has the first layer money block, and you've been able to identify this as, if I have a successful business, it means I'm going to have to work all the time. Well, that belief of I'm going to have to work all the time might be something that is existing in your subconscious mind that tells you in a way that gives you feedback, stressful feedback from your body, from your nervous system that says, building a business that's $500,000 a year is going to be stressful. Building a business that's $500,000 a year is going to be overwhelming. Building a business that's $500,000 a year is going to be something that I'm going to have to do, sacrifice time with my family, do all of these different things. And so the thing doesn't feel safe, the big business, the $500,000 a year. And so your subconscious mind, because it's trying to protect you and it's trying to look out for your survival, it's going to hold you back from having that thing. So now back to what we've been talking about today, bringing it full circle, my peeps, is the layers of the money blocks, right? So if at the top layer, you're saying, if I'm going to make $500,000 a year, it means I'm going to have to work all the time, right? We think that's the thing that we're afraid of. I'm going to have to work all the time. Working all the time is the thing I'm afraid of. But is that actually what we're afraid of? Probably not. Is that actually the deep subconscious root that's actually motivating us to hold back, to not grow our income, to not grow our wealth, to not feel like we can expand into the next level? Probably not. Is it contributing? Yes, of course. But it's sort of like, the layers of a cake. It's contributing one layer, but it's not the whole flavor profile. We get into all of the different layers of our limiting beliefs. So we're starting at, if I have a $500,000 a year business, it's going to mean I'm going to have to work all the time. That's the money, but let's just say that's the money and success block that I identify. And then what we can do is we actually begin to dig underneath the surface and see the subconscious, the unconscious, the outside of our awareness layers that are actually backing up and creating the root structure of that specific top layer money and success belief. Might sound complicated, but it's not. The only real complication about this is that we have a really hard time being able to see our own blind spots. We have a really hard time being able to see these things that are outside of our awareness, right? Our subconscious mind is outside of our awareness. So how can we see it if it's like invisible to us? It's like, a ghost in the background. This is when we need support. This is when we need help. This is when we need coaches and mentors and, therapists or whoever we work with that help reflect back to us the things that we can't see ourselves. So back to the example, $500,000 a year business, it's going to mean I'm going to have to work all the time. That's my top level belief. The next level belief might be something like, if I have to work all the time, that means I'm going to be really, really tired. Okay, well, that seems pretty simple. That doesn't seem that big of a deal, does it? Oh, now let's go another level deeper. If I'm really, really tired, I remember a time when 10, 15 years ago when I was in graduate school and I was really, really tired and working all the time, and I got sick. I don't want to be sick. Okay, well, that's a third level belief. Now it's, I have to work all the time. I'm going to be really, really tired. I'm going to get sick. Now, the fourth level belief might be, I watched my mom work all the time, get really, really tired, get sick, and her health deteriorated. Now, suddenly we're at a fourth level limiting belief. Now we dig even deeper and we say, I watched my mom not only work all the time, get tired, get physically ill, but then she got cancer and she died. And I do not want to abandon my family. And I do not want to leave this planet. I want to live a lush and beautiful life. And that is so important to me. And I am not willing to sacrifice that to have my $500,000 a year business. And so suddenly it's not about, I got to work all the time. It's not about, I'm going to be really, really tired. It's not about my health's going to sacrifice. It's not even about my mom's health was sacrificed. It's about the fact that then I lost my mom. And part of me believes that if I run a successful business, I will lose everything. Can you see now how that deep, deep root of an example like that means that, holy crap, that goal is not safe to my subconscious mind. It will stress me out and I will throw on the handbrake and I will stop myself from achieving the thing that I think I desire because I haven't unlayered my limiting beliefs. I haven't unlayered my blocks. I haven't actually looked at the deepest subconscious root of where all of this is coming from. And so when we look at these top level beliefs that say, oh, it's just about, I don't want to work all the time. Yeah, it is about that. But really, a lot of times it goes much deeper, and this really relates to a topic for a different video of how money trauma is often not even related to money. Things like losing our parents to cancer can actually cause us to fear that money is going to abandon us, that all good things will abandon us. And so traumas in our past that might not even seem related, it might not even be big. It might not be like losing a parent. They could be things like being bullied in the schoolyard for having the wrong brand shoes or something like that. they end up creating those subconscious layers that end up creating the pattern where we are constantly stuck, constantly and perpetually at the same level and wondering what the effing hell is going on? Why can't I move this? Why isn't this shifting? Why isn't this changing? This is one of the key pieces. So I just gave you a huge, huge leg up in terms of your ability to move through your own money blocks, your own success blocks, your limiting beliefs. Is we've got to understand that there are layers to it and not just look at that top level scenario that we think is the problem. Because like I said at the beginning, what you think is the problem probably isn't the problem. The problem goes deeper. And when we can understand what that is, guess what happens? We then bring it into our conscious mind because we're aware of it now, right? It's not subconscious. It's not outside of our awareness. And when that happens, then we can do the rewiring, reprogramming of our neurobiology, of our energy, of our spirit, and release that ish and not feel stuck anymore and not be stuck at the same income level and not feel like we're holding back and don't know why. All of these things that we perpetually end up falling into because we have these layers that we haven't examined. So my assignment to you is to think about what you identify as your number one money block or success block and think about what could be the beliefs underlying that. What could be the things underlying that are truly the things that are holding me back? That's going to change your world. Even just that little thing. And if you'd like more help doing that, just hit me up because I love helping you move through those layers, achieve the clarity and confidence to release them and let them go and let it feel good so that it doesn't feel overwhelming, and to identify all of that subconscious junk in your trunk so that it is conscious so that you can do something about it. All right. Those blind spots don't have to be blind anymore. They can be sight spots. That sounds weird, but I just made it up. So why not? Right? All right, guys. I will see you again soon. Till then, bye.